This is the War Brief Daily for July 28, 2026. Over the last 24 hours, two developments changed the operating picture. Another large Russian missile and drone strike cycle across Ukraine, and Iranian naval interdictions in the Strait of Hormuz. Elsewhere, verified reporting is thin. That matters too. No filler, no recycled headlines. First, Ukraine. Ukrainian officials and wire reporting say Russia launched 7 ballistic missiles and 136 drones overnight into July 27, targeting multiple regions, including Kyiv, Chernihiv, Zaporizhzhia, Sumy, Kharkiv, and Dnipropetrovsk. This is confirmed as a broad, multi-region strike package. Local authorities reported fires and damage in Kyiv after ballistic missile impacts, with civilian casualties and damage also reported elsewhere. Those totals may change, but the operational pattern is clear. Ballistic missiles are the sprint. Drones are the swarm. Put them together, and defenders have to manage both speed and volume at the same time. Ukraine says it intercepted many of the incoming weapons, but multiple impact areas show the hard truth. Interception is not a complete shield. There is no independently verified evidence that this strike wave produced a decisive Russian ground breakthrough. On the front, Ukraine reported 118 combat engagements, with heavy fighting around Pokrovsk, Toretsk, Lyman, and the Sumy-Kharkiv approaches. Russia claims tactical gains in the north, but those territorial claims remain unverified. Bottom line, sustained attritional pressure, not a confirmed operational rupture. Ukraine also says it conducted drone strikes against Russian strategic and oil-related facilities overnight. Cross-border drone activity is credible and consistent with reporting from both sides, but the exact targets, damage, and effect on Russian fuel supply are still Ukrainian claims pending imagery or local Russian confirmation. The intent, though, is obvious. Kyiv is trying to reach past the front line and impose costs on fuel, logistics, and air defense networks. That is the long game. Make the rear area less safe, less efficient, and more expensive to defend. Second, the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian state television says the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy stopped 6 vessels early on July 27 after they attempted to use what Tehran called an unauthorized southern route. Iranian accounts say the ships had switched off navigation systems, warning shots were fired, and the vessels were turned back. Treat that as confirmed only to the level of Iranian state reporting and regional repetition. Tehran's claim that these ships were attempting to provoke U.S. forces is uncorroborated, and one report of an incident involving a vessel does not establish damage, a collision, or casualties. But here is why it matters. Iran is demonstrating that it can disrupt or redirect commercial traffic through one of the world's most important maritime choke points without launching a major strike. That raises the risk for shipping schedules, insurance rates, and every navy operating nearby. Small encounters in Hormuz have a very short path to much bigger consequences. An Iranian allegation that Ukraine struck an Iranian commercial vessel in the Caspian Sea remains unverified. There is no Ukrainian acknowledgement and no independent maritime confirmation. That stays in the emerging claim column. For Israel, Gaza, Lebanon, the Red Sea, Sudan, the Sahel, and the Indo-Pacific, no discrete and reliably time-stamped major event was substantiated in this reporting window. That does not mean those theaters are quiet. It means the verified picture is thin. What to watch next? Whether Russia follows this raid with another mixed strike package. Whether Ukraine can document damage at the Russian sites it says it hit. And whether vessel identities and independent shipping advisories clarify exactly what happened in Hormuz. That's your War Brief Daily for July 28th. No spin, no noise, just intel.